Today I'm going to tell the story of how Ali and I ended up choosing to live in Zihuatanejo. Well, how we ended up falling into living here. When I quit my job in 2014, I was determined to spend a year living outside of the United States. I still had a separate business apart from my day job, so I was somewhat tethered to Washington State. My first time visiting here was through clients that became friends in Seattle. They owned a condo in Ixtapa and would spend several months a year there. They were awesome and allowed me to crash at their place 4 or 5 days each year. It was nice, but Ixtapa has any resort town in the world type of feel to it. I did love visiting, especially in February, when the weather is pretty amazing here and pretty awful in Washington. And they had a great condo right on the beach. Then in 2014, after years of visiting them in Ixtapa, those friends moved to Zihuatanejo. My first trip to Ixtapa was my first trip to Mexico. And for many people, Ixtapa is what they think of when they visit Mexico. Touristy resorts and beaches and senior frogs. I'm totally cool with that, but this is not what Ali and I look for in a destination. We can enjoy just about anywhere, from Hong Kong to Havana, but a place built for tourism generally isn't for us. Zihuatanejo was much more my vibe. In the previous visits to Ixtapa, we never really spent any time in Zihua. We just passed through from the airport, and I was ignorant to what Zihua had to offer. I brought Ali here to Zihua in 2016, and we joke that we made an impulse purchase of a condo on that trip. Ali was actually quite clear that this condo purchase was 100% my decision, and she was adamantly opposed to it. Ali is like me and loves to travel, and her fear was that if we bought a place in Mexico, we would stop traveling to other places and only visit Mexico. At this time in 2016, our travel was limited to about 4 weeks per year. The true reasons we, or I, decided to purchase a condo here are: the friends had purchased in Ixtapa and Zihua, so that eased our concerns of buying in a foreign country. The price seemed fair and the timing was right with where we were in life. I did not want to go back to work full time and have a day job, so I was looking at investment opportunities. We did our due diligence and felt as confident as we could that there would be a positive return on our investment. There was zero thought early on that we would live here in Zihua, at least for me. I think originally we thought that we'd be here a couple times a year for a couple weeks and family could use it occasionally. It was an investment though, so I knew we wouldn't be able to live in the condo even if we lived here in Zihua. So we looked at the condo project in April 2016. I didn't actually commit to my impulse buy until December of that year. The condo was finished mid-2017. We were down here finalizing the purchase in June of 2017 when I sold my business. At that point, we had to figure out what we were going to do. And it just kind of made sense to both of us to come down immediately for 6 months, live in the condo, and get it rental ready. We rented out our house in Seattle and came down in October 2017. Ali was able to take a year sabbatical from her job in the school system. And over that 6-month period, we were able to string together enough of an income from other sources to make it work. We made a few friends here, enjoyed the pace of life compared to our home in Washington. And before we left Zihua, the wheels were in motion to make this our permanent home. Neither of us wanted to go back to working proper jobs in the States. We fell into making this our permanent home base. And Ali's 1-year sabbatical became a permanent sabbatical. I don't know if Zihua is the perfect place, but this is a pretty great place to be. What we like, the cost of living. It's great all over Mexico, but I think this is one of the more budget-friendly touristy or beach towns inside of Mexico. Local government stability. Over the past 3 years, for sure, the government has made the town noticeably better. The roads are improved, the street lights, Centro, public spaces, bike paths, Malecon, and more. It's a better place to live now than it was just 3 years ago. We don't have any issues with electrical outages or days without water service, internet not working, things like that. And safety. There's only 2 routes into town, which I think makes it difficult for the criminals. We aren't a party hotspot for spring breakers and the crime that brings, and the town still has a bit of the fishing village feel to it. Tourists are treated really well here, and we've never felt unsafe. Also, the friendliness of the people, the weather, it's pretty easy to get back to Seattle. There's a good mix of tourism with locals, good grocery stores, and a market, nice movie theater, plus, of course, the beach. And there's always enough outdoor activities to keep us content. Biggest difficulties are when people visit us, they think that we are on a permanent vacation and drink margaritas all day, every day. And they want us to drink margaritas all day, every day with them. We do work a little bit. Limited resources. There isn't a Home Depot or a simple use Google to call a reputable company that could fix a toilet or install an AC unit. There's no drive-through restaurants. Sometimes you really want that crap fast food. And healthcare is fine, but for something really serious, you have to go to Morelia, which is about 3 hours away. Allie and I still travel a good bit. Over the past 4 years, we've been to 5 or 6 countries and done some travel within Mexico as well. Zihua wasn't the original plan, but it has worked out like it was the plan all along. Thanks for watching.